Hello everyone and welcome back to the SimRacingOnline YouTube channel, and today we have the final round of the DNF Series 1975 with the McLaren M23. I'm your host Matheus and I'm alongside Max Shepard once more for the commentary.
Hi everyone, here at the Osterreichring. It's a really flowing circuit, pretty dangerous. Suits the cars quite a lot because they actually raced it back in the day. But yeah, final round of the season, so we're hoping to have a good final round to finish off the series.
Oh yeah, and this is like the third or the second closed circuit, like an actual circuit, right?
We've had Kyalami and I'm trying to think of the other circuits. But I think every other circuit's either been like Longford or like a really tight circuit. And I think this is probably the most conventional circuit along with Kyalami that we've had.
I think this is this is probably the second actual circuit, like closed one, and you know, safety and all that stuff in mind. But it's not very different from anything else. This track has basically no runoff. If you make a mistake, you go right into a wall at the outside of the corner that you're entering or exiting. And well, we shall see a lot of action today.
Yeah, it is a bit wider than a lot of the tracks we've seen as well. The thing is, there's not really any slow parts of the circuit. We are running with the chicane layout. So there's a chicane for turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, just to slow the cars down a little bit. But apart from that, there's not really any slow corners to pass at. I think it's mainly going to be through slipstream.
But yeah, these cars are very fast in the slipstream. We saw in the what is that round that we did, that we had like a big sweeping right-hander just before like a really long straight that everybody
it was Rouen, I think.
Yeah, I think
Rouen,
we saw how fast these cars can be under slipstream. And about our grid, we had 14 guys qualifying today, and three guys get Vanoche that won Longford. We have John Van de Gies and Bill Gruycock just not partaking the qualifying for some reason. I think they came in late or something, right?
Well, I joined the server, and yeah, they were sitting in the same bit we did the commentary in. So I think qualifying's closed session, so you can't join once you've left, which is a bit of a shame. Because Van der Geest, we've seen him having really good pace. Van Osch has obviously won a race, so they're going to be starting from the back, I'm assuming. Should be interesting to see where they come in this race.
Oh yeah, Van Osch, which is a really fast driver, and John Van der Geest is as fast as him. They can really, you know, we saw John Van der Geest performance at Kyalami, unfortunately losing the leading place of the race by trying to do a two-stop. We saw how fast he can be when he wants to, you know.
Yeah, I think it depends on the circuit as well, because in the round that you missed, the last round, Crystal Palace, Van der Geest was having a really good battle for a lot of the race. But obviously that circuit very tight, very short, and you couldn't really overtake. I think this should be a circuit where we get a lot of racing. It's quite flowing, it's quite wide as well, so you're not really confined to one line. You can try different lines to try different things, and we should have a little bit more racing here than we have done in tighter circuits such as Crystal Palace.
Oh yeah. Well, warm-up just finished. We're just waiting for the overtime to end, and we are ongoing with our race. Yeah, warm-up just finished. Everyone is on the garage now.
And we've got Mazrek, who is the championship leader, starting from pole.
You've heard the guy, leave the grid now.
I think the championship at this point is wrapped up. Mazrek is leading the championship. I believe Tony Talviti is in second, about 27 points behind. And Roberto Bali, who is racing today, is in third.
Oh yeah,
in the championship.
Talviti is not racing, right?
Yeah, so I'm not sure about the point system, but I don't believe... I think Mazrek might be able to wrap it up today, or he has already wrapped it up.
I mean, you might check the YouTube chat, because when Talviti is not here, he's usually on the chat. And green, out we go. Really good start by Philip Pitchler, then in second position into the inside already. Roberto Bali right on the back end of Matheus Marçal.
Going into turn one, the chicane, Pitchler has the lead ahead of Mazarek, going a little bit wide through the chicane. It's very clumsy with these cars. They're heading out of the chicane now, up the hill. It's Pitchler leading Mazarek, leading Bali. Farios up to fourth, Roos in fifth, and there's a little bit of gap back to Bill Grucock, who I believe has made a great start already. I'm not sure if he actually started the back already. Got a DNF already, Andrew Williams, not sure what happened to him. And yep, heading onto the straight now, and this is part of the new circuit as well. This became the A1 ring, then became the Red Bull ring. Mazarek sitting in the slipstream of Pitchler, pulling into the slipstream, not quite close enough to make the move, but heading through one of the fast flowing corners now. You can stick right close up to the driver in front because there's not really any aero, hardly any dirty air as well, limiting your downforce. Jens Roos trying to go up the inside of Farios for fourth, not quite making that move stick. A little bit of contact as well. I'm not sure how Andrew Williams actually DNF'd. Fairly fast driver. Shame for him to leave the race so early that it's begun.
Yeah, look at that, a 10th position Gerd Van Osch that started in that last in this one. And John Van der Geest sticking out really close to those guys in 12th position.
We should see these guys coming through the field fairly quickly. I don't know about fairly quickly, but we should be able to see them come through the field. It's not as technical a circuit, so the field should be a little bit closer together, but we haven't seen Van der Geest, Van Osch both being very quick. We have Van der Geest in the pits for some reason. For a pit stop.
I didn't even notice. Bill Grucock that started in penultimate, it's now in 6th position. From a past
so he had a really good start.
Really good start by Bill Grucock.
Pitchler leading the field by half a second, just a little bit of a gap to Mazurek behind. I think he's actually bunching everyone up at this point. Seems to be a little bit of a train developing at the front of the field, and a kind of a big gap back to Bill Brucock, who did start from last, so he's had a fairly good start. But Mazurek does have to find a way past Pitchler at this point.
Well, Mazurek could go past Philip Pitchler, or he can just hold on to the second position and win the championship, you know?
Yeah, he doesn't really need to risk anything at this point. I'm not sure what the point system is in this race, but he did a fairly good run on Pitchler right now. Is he going to try to go down the inside? Turn 1. Late braking, going down the inside, but Pitchler managed to hang on to the lead, going around the outside of Mazurek, keeping his cool, not braking himself. It's a fairly good move. Matteo Santini already out in this race. He was in 12th. He's missing a front wing.
Oh yeah, so DNF'd already, yeah. That's a shame.
Fairly heavy crash so far.
Yeah, you saw an incredible show of skill by Philip Pitchler out braking Matheus Marçal, which was much faster than him into the braking zone.
I think at this point Mazurek's got the pace over Pitchler, but he just he's waiting for the right moment, because this circuit is so fast. You don't want to go for a risky move and risk it all, especially the position with Mazurek where he is in the championship. We have seen in previous races how important it is to set up the gears as well. Johnny Gutierrez is also leading the race, interesting. Especially for a circuit like this, which has a lot more, what's more fast, it's more flowing. There's not really any slow corners, so you want to set your car up to be quicker on straights, but also fairly quick and fast corners. So yeah, we have seen how important the gear ratios are for a car like this, especially where the slipstream isn't that, well, it's important, but it's not really that effective. Got Farios in the back of Roberto Bali, battled for third, heading through the last corner now. Mazurek dropped a little bit back on that lap, not sure why. Pitchler just had a little bit more pace that lap than Mazurek.
Yeah, and talking about those gearing adjustments, we saw how much gearing, you know, the dialed in gearing affects your performance at Rouen. I think it was Eric Moynet and the two guys that were just going, that had the best acceleration out of every run. I think it was Moynet and Bauer or Milliken, I'm not really sure.
Was it Roberto Bali, I think? Might have been him. I'm trying to think. Yeah, there was certain corners at Rouen a few rounds ago that we saw drivers just getting amazing traction out of corners onto the straight. Pitchler was actually caught to the back of a back marker there, trying to go the inside. Yeah, we saw drivers gearing their cars up to be very, very fast in the straights, and it gained you so much more than just setting your car up to be faster through the slow speed corners. It seems to be so much more effective. And I was noticing that as well with the endurance series that I also commentate on with Caitlin Penny, where drivers couldn't overtake if a car was much faster in the straights. They just couldn't find a way past. So might be the same here today.
Oh yeah, and I commentated the last and final round of endurance series. You guys said about the Porica that GT3 cars GTE cars were a little bit faster than LMP3 on the straights, right? Because of the gearing and all that.
I think it was Road Atlanta where we had a driver who was about 2 seconds lap slower, but he was quick enough on the straight out of a certain corner, and because of that he just kept ahead and won that class. So he was slower through the corners but quicker in every single straight, which basically won him the race in that class, which just worked out for him. We do have Mazurek dropping a long way off Pitchler now, just 1.3 seconds the gap now to Pitchler up ahead, so might be saving a little bit, might be dropping back. Field is spreading out a little bit. We have Jens Roos on the back of Farios, who's on the back of Bali. Trying to see any other battles. Oh, close. Milliken's
going off the track.
Off? What happened there?
Not really sure. I think it's oversteering. Just try to correct the car and then overcorrected it. Gavanosh just nagging that 8th position from Rob Milliken's mistake. Yeah, he didn't crash the car or anything. Just run off the track a little bit.
Your turn 4, turn 5, no contact, doesn't have any damage. It looks like, so he's got a fairly clean lead. Yeah, that promotes Vanosh up into 8th. I have no doubt that Vanosh will get up to the top of the field. He is about 15 seconds behind. He is lapping the low 41s. Yeah, he is lapping a few seconds off Pitchler actually, which is interesting. Pitchler in the
with
low
the
30s.
Now with the fastest lap of the track, 139.2.
Yeah, so I think Pitchler was just finding his rhythm. First lap obviously was slow because of the race start. Second lap at 40.1, third lap at 39.4, and then just faster and faster after that. So I think he was just trying to find his rhythm. Mazurek is sitting behind him, 1.5 seconds behind, keeping him fairly close. So Pitchler isn't really running away with this just yet. I don't think we're going to be seeing the drivers pit today, so it should just be a straight run to the finish. Not too much strategy to think about.
And the closest guys on track are Dionysis Fares and Roberto Bali for the battle of 3rd position. That I think is not gonna go down any sooner because of how flowing the track is, and you need that slipstream to make an overtake here, otherwise it won't happen basically.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to be very, very close with these cars to basically get the slipstream. I think it's like 3 or 4 tenths before it properly kicks in. And it depends how you've set your car up as well, whether it's fast in the straights, faster in the corners. I think today you'll need a mixture of both because the corners are just so fast, but also there's quite a lot of straights as well. Barros is sticking to the back, but he just... a little bit of a mistake there, putting a wheel in the grass, but yeah, just not quite close enough to make a move just yet. It needs to be a little bit closer for the slipstream just to kick in a bit more. John Vandergeest sitting in 11th after a pit stop. Did he come? No, he didn't come into pits. It was who came to pits?
Was it Norman Bruce, Kyle Meckos?
There was someone that came into the pits. I thought it was John Vandergeest, but turns out it wasn't.
Well, look at that.
Yeah, he's.
Oh yeah, he did come into pits. There's one pit stop for him here.
Oh yeah, 2 minutes 4. Yeah, that was a pit stop. Okay. Was John Vandergeest. Yeah, he pitted very early on lap 2. I'm not sure why. Drifting a lot through the, I believe that's the last corner. Yes, it is. Very long right hand for the last corner. They did a really, really good job of adapting this circuit to the modern circuit, which became the A1 ring, then became the Red Bull ring. They kept a lot of its nature, but slowed a little bit of it down because this circuit, to be honest, there's not really any technical corners apart from maybe the first chicane. The rest of it is just fast flowing right-handers, left-handers, and that's it.
Wait, look at that. Pascal Bauer and Eric Moinet just going side to side all the way through the first turn. Now side to side again, battling for a nice
on the outside, and he's going to brake. Yep, good move from Moinet there, just sitting in the slipstream. Was on the wrong line through the right-hander there, but just outbraked Pascal Bauer behind, so he is up into 9th. Just trying to look if there's any other battles on track at the moment. Field is getting fairly spread apart. We do have Money and Bauer sitting pretty close together after Bauer got passed. 3 DNFs already, that is surprising.
Yeah, and with a race that started with 3 non-qualified guys.
Yep. And yeah, it is fast and flowing, so if you do have a crash, it's going to be fast. It's probably going to be pretty much the end of your race, but there is a bit of runoff at some parts of the track where you can get away with it. It just depends obviously what part of the track you're on. Yeah, Roberto Bali sitting in 3rd, just ahead of Fares. Fares actually dropped back a little bit. The gap between Pitchler and Mazurek for the lead is opened up to 2.5 seconds now, which is 3 seconds. So yeah, it's opening up quite a bit. Pitchler just putting in the 139s, meanwhile Mazurek is in the low 40s the last lap. So Rob Milliken on the back of Van Osch. I'm not sure if Van Osch just passed Milliken. I believe he just did actually.
No, he didn't. Van Osch overtook Rob Milliken when he made that mistake of oversteering to the
okay, so as Van Osch, I think Van Osch might drop back a little bit.
Yeah, Rob Milliken's catching up really quickly now.
Yep, sitting all over the back of Van Osch. And Van Osch is a guy who has won a race. We've seen his pace in previous races. A driver off on the left-hand side of the circuit. Who's that?
Martin McLaren. Sorry.
Martin McLaren. So what happened to him? He's out of the race.
Out of the race. I think Ancient Rebel. Oh! And Rob Milliken going off track, hitting the barrier so hard. Knocked out his rear wing and his front wing. And he's probably had a lot of damage on his car. Oh yeah, the steering wheel is not straight. Every time he steps on the throttle, it gets twitchy.
But he is lucky that it's at the end of the circuit that he can manage to limp that car back through his right-hander at the end of the circuit. But yeah, that's going to take a long time to repair if he does manage to repair it. I'm going to have to bring out the duct tape, fasten that front wing and rear wing back onto the car.
Oh no, that's a shame.
He was having oversteer quite a lot during the race, I noticed. So yeah, I think he just lost it with oversteer. And you kind of want to set the car up to be a bit oversteery as well, just so you can get through the fast corners a lot better.
Oh yeah.
He's going to the pits to repair it, so I don't believe he's out of the race just yet.
He hasn't given up yet, so I mean, if he finishes 13th, it's still a lot of points, you know.
There is 45 minutes left, and so it's not all over just yet.
Oh yeah, and he is at more than 40 seconds in front of Kyle Mikios, which is dead last now.
I think Milliken, he's attached his front rear wing. He is leaving the pits right now.
Right now, in 11th position, just behind John van der Geest.
So yeah, race not over just yet, and he is. Oh, it's saying 45 seconds for me. I don't think it is 45 seconds.
It's 53 seconds now behind John van der Geest. Norman Bruce only 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 8.5 now behind Rob Milliken. I think he just repair his car. No need to swap the tires or refuel.
Yep, and his steering is now straight. So yep, fully repaired car. Might still have suspension damage. I don't believe they fixed that on RF2, but I think it depends on the mod. So yeah, Rob Milliken is out in 11th. Gap between Pichler and Mazurek has come down to 1.2 seconds. So Mazurek has taken a second and a bit out of Pichler there. Yeah, Pichler having a bad lap last lap, 141.4 compared to low 39s. So making a mistake there somewhere, and that's allowed Mazurek to close up to him, who... Yep, hunting Pichler down. We had Bill Grucott getting past Van Osch as well sometime. Or was he already ahead? I'm not sure. One quarter of the way into this race, Pichler and Mazurek, 1 point going to come across the line, 1.3 seconds between them, so Mazurek has closed up that gap. He's just trying to find a way past, and it's not easy to overtake here, despite the straights, despite the corners, just because it's not a very technical circuit. So the field, yeah, there's not really many overtaking spots except on the straight. I think the closest cars on track right now, possibly Bally and Farios. Just 9 tenths, 8 tenths between them. Pascal Bauer is in the pits. What's happened to him? He's spanned on the pit entry. And he's having to do a 6-point turn to get the car back.
Oh no.
He's stuck in. What has happened there? I think you're just trying to find reverse gear. Yeah, he span out on the entry to the pits. That's very, very interesting. doesn't look like he's got damage either. Oh, he came in for a drive-through. Okay, interesting.
He came in for a drive-through and spun his car around?
Yep.
Maybe because of prior braking. I don't know.
Actually, no, he didn't. He didn't. I don't think he wanted to come into the pits. He went way through the last corner. He went into the grass, which is lining the outside of the circuit. I lost the car by hitting the fence, and the bit of the fence just pushed him into the pit lane.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think he actually wanted to come into the pit lane, and he just was kind of forced to.
Yeah, closest guys on track, Roberto Bali and Dionysus Faros again. Less than half a second between those guys. Dionysus Faros is close on the slipstream range.
Staying the slipstream now, going up the hill, not closing very quickly. He's closing a little bit into the braking zone for turn 1 though. Bali locks up a little bit. Big curbs on each side of this and the chicane, which you really want to avoid just because it upsets the car quite a lot. Barrios getting a little bit of a better run out of the first corner. But yeah, so you can see the slipstream isn't really kicking in just until about now, and yeah, it's just not very effective at this stage in the race. Heading on to another straight coming up the hill. Barrios needs to be a little bit closer to make a move into this next corner. He is closed quite a bit now as he sits in the slipstream. Is he going to dive it down the inside? He's closing, not quite. He thinks about it, but doesn't quite make the move.
I think it's too risky to make a move on that corner, you know?
Yeah, it's very fast, and if you lock up, there's a wall on the outside, so you basically go straight into the wall, and it's basically a race over at that point. It does have the pace over Bali, it seems, at the moment, but it's just trying to find a way past. Going a little bit wide for Farios there. Thing I've noticed about the circuit as well, because it's so fast and flowing, because the tyres tend to degrade a bit more, especially the front tyres. You do get a little bit of marbles on the outside of the track, so if you do go wide, if you go off the racing line, you lose a little bit of grip, so kind of don't really want to do that. Farios has dropped a little bit back from Bali now. Gap's about 8/10. Gap's also opened up between Pichler and Mazurek up ahead. Pichler actually stuck behind the back marker there. Rob Milliken, so overtaking 11th. Milliken goes off the throttle, lets Pichler through, which is kind of what he should do. Oh, Pascal Bauer in the wall again. I think he's actually stuck in the... I think he's stuck in the barrier.
Oh yeah, he's stuck in the barrier.
Yeah, but yep, he's out of the race. He was stuck in the barrier.
Oh no. That's... the series making up for its name, you know, 5 DNFs already. That's
it wouldn't be the DNF series without DNFs. Yeah, he oh, I think it was on the brakes. I think he locked his rear brakes, tried to correct it, and then skidded along the outside barrier. Didn't look too bad, but then he just got stuck in it, which is really, really unfortunate. Down to 12 runners, I believe now. So yeah, bit of an unfortunate mistake for Pascal Bauer there, out of the race. Trying to see the closest cars on track. Do have a few battles in the field brewing. Jens Roos and Bill Grucock. I think Bill Grucock's been catching up slowly over the past few laps to Jens Roos. Gap's about 1.4 seconds at the moment. Jens Roos does have a back marker right in front of him, so does have to get... Oh, back marker's getting in the way there. That's going to allow Grucock to close up on this straight. Was very unfortunate for Jens Roos there, getting caught up by a back marker to go off the throttle, and that allowed Bill Grucock to gain a little bit of time through the last corner. Having a look up the inside of Jens Roos. There is very slow, very clumsy chicane that they added just to slow the circuit down a bit. Yeah, the slipstream just isn't very effective here for some reason. I'm not sure why.
I think that's not enough distance between the drivers.
It only seems to kick in when you're like maybe 3-4 tenths to the driver ahead, and even then it doesn't really seem to kick in very much. It's not overpowered, but it just seems very underpowered, so it seems quite hard to make a pass. Bill Krukok going a little bit wide there, just trying to push the braking a bit too much. There is a lot of track on the inside, especially past the white line, which I'm not sure about the rules for corner cutting, but you can run over that. It doesn't really affect your car. It's basically flat. It's just painted inside of the circuit. You can go 2 wheels over that, I believe. Oh, Grukok making a mistake, going slightly wide, just trying to push the throttle a little bit too hard. It is, because these fast flowing corners, it is very hard to try and find time, because it's just such a fast circuit.
Gendry's getting a better corner exit there. Grukok falling back a little bit.
Yeah, Grukok just getting a bit of understeer to the last corner. Through the chicane. Oh, Haspin for Grukok. Not sure what happened there. He might have downshifted. Engine braking might have kicked in, but a mistake there from Grukok. That's dropped him off the back of Roos just a little bit. Yeah, it was a nice save. Could have almost span it. We have Eric Money 4 seconds behind Van Osch. Van Osch is building the gap just a bit, so that gap's building. Pitchler and Mazurek separate by 2.3 seconds, so the gap's opened up a little bit. Yeah, it's just Pitchler seems to have the pace, but he just, that one or two mistakes has dropped him back into the clutches of Mazurek just a little bit. I think I was thinking earlier, it is quite fitting that we are essentially doing the Austrian Grand Prix just a few days after the passing of Niki Lauda.
Oh yeah. I mean, we didn't expect Niki Lauda to go, and yeah, and you know, this is basically almost an homage for him, you know.
Yeah, it is quite fitting that we are racing here at Austria's national circuit. I believe they had a corner here named after him, but they removed it for some reason. Yeah, really damn big shame.
Me personally, I did a homage for Niki Lauda on my racing helmet, you know, my personal racing helmet. It's a, you know, a red stripe with his initials.
Yeah, we saw a few drivers at the Monaco Grand Prix in real life today with Niki Lauda style helmets. Lewis Hamilton running one, Vettel running one.
The Mercedes guys with the red halo. Niki, we miss you. Written on it.
Yeah. I think every driver is wearing red caps as well, so a lot of respect for that driver.
Oh yeah, it's a legendary driver, you know. It's a guy with a lot of effort.
Yep, and he was a total fighter as well. Like, he came back from that crash, won the championship the next year. I think 4 weeks after a crash or something.
6 weeks.
Six weeks, yeah. Yep. He came back, came 4th in the Italian Grand Prix.
Won the championship in the next year.
Yep. And he would have been driving at the time the circuit, and these cars were racing in 1975. He won the championship that year, so yeah, just quite fitting that we're racing with these cars on this track.
Look at that battle. Oh yeah, the battle between Duke Grukok and Jens is heating up a little bit. We're getting close.
Yeah. 7 tenths. You really want to set your car up to be a little bit oversteery, because yeah, understeer just doesn't suit the circuit at all. You don't want the front end washing out on these fast corners. About being patient in the last corner, just going the throttle but not too early, because there is a barrier on the left hand side there. It's this run through the chicane that is really important. You really want to get good traction out here so you get a good launch out of it. Grukok closing, outbraking himself just to try and avoid Roos in front. I think Grukok is pushing quite hard but making little mistakes along the way, so it's costing him a little bit of time. You can see the gap has opened up just a bit, and Roos is keeping his head, which is the thing you want to do. You don't want to panic if the driver's sitting closely behind you.
Grukok is lapping faster than Jen Cruz though. Jen Cruz did a 141.5 in the last lap, and Grukok did a 141.3. So I think Bill Grukok has the pace to overtake Jen Cruz. He just needs to set up his car right and keep on his mind that he can overtake Jen Cruz. Just needs to be patient and have and set his car up, because this track is not all about the corners but the straights.
Yeah, you need to kind of... Grukok's got the pace at the moment, he just needs to not make the mistakes that he's been making for the past few laps. Needs to set Roos up for the right corner to really make the pass. Looking at the YouTube chat though, Andrew Williams, who first DNF from this race, saying, looks like I'm watching instead of racing again, so I think he had a sort of PC issue. Stopped him from racing, which is unfortunate because we've seen Andrew Williams make a lot of really good passes and overtakes in previous races. Fairly quick driver as well. I believe the gap over the line between Roos and Grukok was exactly 1 second for me. Roos going a little bit wide of the chicane.
Man, Grukok has the run on the first chicane there, He has the braking zone all nailed in, and just needs to find his way, around Jen Cruz now.
Oh, Roos locking up into the uphill right-hander. Starting to make a few mistakes. Of course, on rFactor 2, when you lock up, you get a flat spot, and that basically vibrates your wheel quite a lot. Gives you a little bit of understeer through. It's his front right, so it'll be through left-hand corners, I believe. So not too much of a problem. Yeah, he's just making a few mistakes here.
There were instances of me racing on rFactor 2 that. Me on Le Mans, for example, I raced the LMP2 Le Mans last year on the official VC, and my wheel was shaking up my whole rig just because of a flat spot that I got.
It is realistic, because if you flat spot it like that in real life, your wheel would vibrate pretty much until you changed it, and it probably would recover after the rubber gets degraded a little bit, but not by much. You don't really want to be locking up too much here. You don't really want to be locking up too much in general in any race. I do have a supporter of Dio in the chat, saying go Dio. Dio, I believe it's Dio. Running fourth at the moment, 23 seconds behind the leaders, having a fairly quiet race. He was in the back of Roberto Bali, wasn't he?
He was less than a second. Now 7.9, now 8 seconds behind Roberto Bali.
I think he had a spin earlier in the race, lap 16. He did a 1 minute 46 that lap, so 6 or 7 seconds off the pace that lap.
And Bill Grukok is dropping pace a lot right now. He was 0.3 seconds behind Jen Cruz, 2 laps behind, now he's 1.4.
Yeah, dropping back a little bit. Maybe made a mistake somewhere. Gap between the leaders still about 2 seconds. It's just been, that gap has been consistently 1 to 3 seconds the entire race so far. Pitchler hasn't really been making mistakes. Just looking at his lap times, the slowest lap time he's done after the race start has been a 1:41. So it's probably been a lockup or something somewhere. Not a massive mistake. But yeah, guys are. Problem for Mazurek is that Pitchler's so consistent at the moment that if he catches up, he won't have the pace to really make a move. They're that closely matched in terms of pace. First chicane, just so clumsy. You can't touch those curves on any side, otherwise it hurts your car. And it's just, it doesn't really suit these cars. And I think the drivers have been they're setting their cars up to be faster in the straights, not necessarily that fast through slow corners, since there aren't really any slow corners in this track.
Philip Pitchler saying here, Philip Pitchler just got out of it. What? The software that I'm using is a little bit buggy. Yeah, it's glitched out.
Yeah, it's still late. Just gonna go on board with Pitchler, see how his car is running. He's being very patient with the throttle, which is what you want to be. You don't really want to be sliding too much. Car seems to be, it seems to have a very good front end, which is helping him. As I was saying earlier, you don't. Sorry, go on.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say you don't really want an understeer car. You want a car with a good front end. You want fairly good speed on the straights, and that will help you be faster around here.
You can see on for the pitchless POV now how much input you have to give on that that wheel, so the car turns in nicely into the corner.
Yeah,
it's not like a GT car that it pushes the front down and you can just have the littlest amount of steering input and you do greatly. These cars are not like that. They're not designed to push the front end down as much.
Yeah, and these cars have very, very limited downforce. This corner, the right-hander, up the hill, a lot more downforce through here, obviously, because the car's running a lot faster. Through the first chicane, though, essentially no downforce in the car because it's obviously not running very fast. The gap's closed up a little bit, maybe a little bit, 2 seconds. Not by much. These two are just so consistent. They're 15, 16 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. So, yep, that field of their own. Captain Grurcock and Roos just about 1 second at the moment. That gap stayed consistent. I think we were bound to have a much calmer race here to finish off the season because we've had tracks such as
big error by Jens Roos there. I'm sorry for interrupting, but a big error by Jens Roos there.
Yeah. And he just went wide under the grass.
Went wide, yeah. And Bill Grurcock is closing fast now.
Yeah.
If you can get Grurcock under the 0.4 second gap between those two, Bill Grurcock, he can probably have the slipstream all by himself and make the pass.
Well, I think there's 2 or 3 places where you can really make a move. It's out the last corner, coming up the straight into the first corner, and down the inside or up the outside. But you need a good launch to the last corner there. If you get a good launch to the first chicane, maybe up to the right-hander going up the hill, that's another space, and through the right-hander onto that straight, there's another overtaking spot. It just depends on the run you get through these long right-handers. That's really important. You don't want too much understeer. You want to get on the throttle early. A little bit of slide from Roos up ahead.
It's all about the corner exit, right?
Yeah, Grurcock just isn't really close enough. See the slipstream kicking in just now, but this straight's going to finish just about now into the braking zone. Grurcock closing up once again, but he locks up, goes wide, and that's going to hurt him through this entire chicane. So, yeah, another mistake from Grurcock. He's not dropped back too much. Van der Geest got past Eric Monet momentarily there.
But yeah, John Van der Geest closing the gap consistently. He was 1.5, 2 seconds behind Eric Monet, now less than 1 second.
He made a move up the inside at turn 1 and he outbraked himself, had to go straight on. Monet got the position straight back of it. And yeah, sticking with Monet going up the hill. Quick driver and fairly consistent John Van der Geest, so shouldn't really have a problem sticking with Eric Monet up ahead. Two fairly close battles. We've got Jens Roos, Bill Grurcock for 5th at the moment. Also a battle between Monet and John Van der Geest. Pitchler is in the pits.
Pitchler is in the pits.
Yeah, the race leader is in the pits, so
interesting.
He is pitting for tyres.
Yeah, new tyres.
Which is interesting. There's 24 minutes left.
Bro,
that is...
Roberto Bali just got past him. Genesis Farras might snatch the position too.
Yep. Farras going to get past. Is Jens Roos going to get past? That's the question. Pitchler's still in the pits. And yes, Jens Roos just about will. Bill Grurcock will as well. That's dropped the race leader from first down all the way down to 6th. I'm not sure why he pitted. He didn't lose the front wing, so it was just for tyres. That is strange. That is really strange. It might be... I'm thinking strategy, but That is really strange. Pitchler on the back of Van Osch now at battle for 6th.
And Van der Geest passed Eric Moyne. Moyne got into the throttle a little bit too early, spinning his car around. Oh.
Pitchler all over the back of Van Osch going up the hill on new tyres, so it should be a bit quicker. Very, very close now. There's a car on the edge of the circuit there. I'm not sure why.
Kyle Mikkels.
Kyle Mikkels on the side of the circuit. Pitchler in the slipstream now. You can see how much it kicks in. Van Osch is going to stick to the middle of the circuit. Very hard to overtake if you do that. Pitchler is on fresh rubber, so shouldn't really have a problem trying to go for the pass. Of course, his tyres are going to be a little bit cold now, especially as they've just come out of the pits, but as they warm up, should be a bit faster. But that has dropped Pitchler down from 1st all the way down to 7th, so unless he had a massive problem with his tyres, unless they were flat spotted or something, I'm not sure why he made that pit stop. Got a good run out of the right-hander though, going to try and move down the inside of the last corner on Van Osch. Thinks about it, tries going down the inside, but Van Osch brakes a bit later. It's this run through the last corner where you really want to get a good exit, good traction out here. Already side by side. Pitchler going to go down the inside as they go up the hill. Van Osch just seems to be a bit quicker on the straights. Pitchler going to go down the inside. Thinking about it, not quite close enough just yet. Yeah, Van Osch just seems to be a bit quicker on the straights compared to Pitchler. Looking at the YouTube chat, someone just said the soft tires are going down really fast and vibrations, so obviously that would be with locking up. It does make sense that the front tires would degrade a bit more, especially with all these fast corners. Pitchler in the slipstream once again, closing a lot on Van Osch. Pitchler going to go to the left. It's going to become the outside of this right-hander. Van Osch once again breaks a lot later. Pitchler gets a better line, thinks about going up down the inside. A few other drivers in the pits, Norman Bruce, Kyle Mikkels, pitting for what I believe is tyres. And this is ruining Pitchler's race at this moment in time. Because Van Osch, 142 last lap, Pitchler, not running very fast at the moment. And if you're watching the Indy 500, I believe that Simon Pagenaud has just won it, so...
Well, big look up by Philip Pitchler there on the front right tire. And on the inside of Van Osch, Van Osch a lot faster on a corner exit to the last one.
Yeah, Pitchler going down the inside though, going to try now breaking down the inside of the chicane, makes the move stick. Good move from Pitchler there, up the inside of Van Osch. Yeah, Van Osch just seemed to be holding up so much, especially through the corners. Van Osch seemed to be a bit quicker down the straight, so might be running different gearing, might be running different aero. Yeah, but that is hurt Pitchler's race a lot. He's 38 seconds behind Michel Mazurek now. So unless Mazurek makes a massive mistake, loses front wing, comes into repair, or he just comes into get new tyres, I don't believe that Pitchler is going to be catching up. There's only 19 minutes left in this race.
I'll catch him to a back marker. I think that's Kyle Mikkels or Norman Bruce on the shadow car, going a lot wider than expected.
Yeah, Norman Bruce. Looking at Mazurek's lap times, they have dropped off a bit, about a second. He is in the mid 140s right now. So yeah, lap times have dropped off a little bit. I need to see what Pitchler's pace is. He really needs to be lapping in the low 39s.
Oh yeah, most likely, because Philip Pitchler just catched Bill Grukok on he was 4.5 seconds now, 3.5 seconds. Just on that time span that he overtook Van Osch from now, which is the the straight. Yeah, 39.1, fastest lap of the track. Yeah,
so his tyres are helping him quite a lot to be pretty fast at this stage. 39.1. Let's see what Mazurek did last lap. 40.5, so 1.4 seconds, but there's only 18 minutes left. So there's going to be about 12 laps left.
Oh yeah, and
I don't think that is enough to catch.
oh no, no way. He's not catching Matheus Marçal if he's not pitting, you know. And you know, it's happening that now, and you can see Bill Grillcock on the back of Jens Bruce there. And if Philip Pitcher gets, you know, close to, you know, battle distance, you can see they're really battling for 4th position now. He can shake things up and make a great 15 minutes, you know, last 15 minutes of racing for us.
He's about 3.5 seconds behind Jens Bruce in 4th. He's about 15 seconds behind Farios in 3rd, so I think the best he could probably hope for is 3rd at the moment. But even that is a tall order, and yeah, I'm really confused by that strategy. We saw in Kailanu, we saw John Van der Geest make a pit stop about halfway through the race, thinking that it'd be quicker, and he didn't do what he was leading the race. He came in for the pit stop, and then finished pretty far down because of that pit stop.
Well, yeah, and Philip Pitcher just shaving another second from Bill Grillcock. Now 1.8 seconds behind him. And Bill Grillcock
making a move up the inside, trying to outbrake Jens Roos down the inside. Jens Roos gives him the space. Grillcock up into 4th. These two are battling fairly heavily, though. Jens Roos getting a better run out of the chicane, so might be able to battle once again. And all this is doing is just holding them up, bringing them into the clutches of Philip Pitcher, who's in 6th right now. Bill Grillcock on the outside, gives room to Jens Roos on the inside, and these two are just going back and forth, and all it's doing is costing them time to Pitcher behind. Grillcock and Slipstream once again. It's just going to be back and forth along these straights. Okay, good run. The Slipstream goes to the outside, the left-hand side of the circuit. Up into 4th. Jens Roos gives him position, breaks a bit earlier. Lock up from Bill Grillcock though, goes very wide. It's going to be flat spotting his tyres.
Philip Pitcher now on a battle. There's three-way battle.
Pitcher's already on the back. So Pitcher needs to find a way past these guys. I'm not sure if they're aware that Pitcher is right behind them. Pitcher going very, very wide there. Jens Roos dropping a little bit back from Bill Grillcock. Pitcher needs to get past these guys pretty much immediately if he wants a chance of getting past Farios. Pitcher looking up the inside, going to try down the inside of the last corner, not really an overtaking spot. I think he's just scared. Jens Roos going wide, Pitcher up into 5th. Good move, a little bit of mistake from Jens Roos there. Roos is going into the slipstream, he's going to try and take that move, take that position right back. Going to the outside of the chicane though, brakes early. Philip Pitcher's got better grip on these new tyres, and that's Pitcher up into 5th. He a little bit behind Grillcock. So I've got no doubts that you'll actually catch up and probably pass him.
Philip Pitcher only half a second behind Bill Grillcock right now. Jens Roos very brave to battle with a guy with newer tires than him, you know.
Yep. Well, it's getting to the end of the race, but I'm not sure what Grillcock can really do at this stage. Pitcher's been leading the race for pretty much most of the way, has the pace advantage, and has an even bigger pace advantage with these new fresh tyres. And yep, let's see what Pitcher's lap times are actually doing. Low 41s there, so he was lapping in the low 39s for 2 laps, then he got to the back of these two guys, and all of a sudden low 41s, obviously because he get held up by a bit of traffic, just trying to find ways past. There is traffic actually up ahead. Who would that be? It is Rob Milliken, 10th. Pitcher in the back of Bill Grillcock though. Coming up to the last corner, needs a good run at the last corner and onto the start-finish straight to get any chance of an overtake. He can take so much more speed through the last corner than Bill Grillcock, and already on the back of him. Coming down this straight, needs to tuck into the slipstream a bit more if he wants to make a move here. He's thinking about it. Bill Krugel going to try and go down to the inside, and Philip Pitchler goes down the inside, outbreaks him, and makes the move up into 4th position ahead of Krugel.
Do you think it's possible that Philip Pitchler closes the gap between him and Faros into 3rd?
It's only 12 seconds.
Oh, yeah, he's 13 seconds, 12.7 seconds now. The gap is just gonna go down and down and down and down.
It's possible. It depends on how Farios' tires hold up, because he's 12 seconds ahead. Farios is lapping 140s, mid 40s, late 40s. I believe that Pitchler with clean air now could or should probably lap in the 39s, so about a second a lap. So it might be close at the end. It might be close. The thing is, Bally has dropped back and is only 4 seconds ahead of Farios now, which is interesting because last time I looked he was about 16 seconds behind Mazret, the race leader. Now he is 22 seconds. So I think Farios, if he is quick enough, could actually catch up to Roberto Bally and maybe snag 2nd. Pitchler getting stuck a little bit behind Rob Milliken, who's a back marker. We do have a battle between John van der Geest and Gert van Osch.
Yeah, they're
8-10.
0.7 seconds.
So van der Geest has been closing up, setting low 40 second laps, 1 minute 40 second laps. Meanwhile, Van Osch has been 41, so a few tenths difference. So yeah, it's seems a few drivers have kept their pace over the race. Haven't really had many tyre issues, which is even more confusing as to why Pitchler actually pitted. Bad lap from Farios there in 3rd, 1 minute 41.9. Meanwhile, it's 1 minute 41 dead from Pitchler. Oh, Van der Geest having a look up the inside of Van Osch. The problem is that this circuit doesn't really have any proper hairpins. If there was proper heavy braking hairpins, I believe we would see a lot more overtaking, but we just haven't seen that much racing here today. Got Kyle Michaels out of the race now. Looking at the YouTube chat, he was saying that he got clipped to the wall and couldn't get unstuck, so he got stuck in the wall. Same thing that happened to Pascal Bauer actually, so really unfortunate end.
That's the track error, not the car. I think. You know?
Yep. Van der Geest tucking into the slipstream of Van Osch here. Gonna try and move down the inside. Gonna try and outbrake Van Osch down the inside of the chicane. Has a look, but Van Osch is so late on the brakes there and actually makes the apex. They are on the back of. Yep, they are on the back of Rob Milliken, who is a back marker.
Back marker, yeah. And Philip Pitchler hasn't shaved the gap, the 12-second gap between him and Dionysio Faros yet, so
they are on essentially the same straight, but he really needs a mistake from Farios to really catch up.
Gonna get up on the inside of Gert van Osch. Van Osch has a lot of straight line speed now.
Getting held up by Rob Milliken up ahead though. You can see the two drivers up ahead, Jens Roos and Bill Grukok going side by side there, I believe. And Van Osch getting held up by Rob Milliken. Milliken doesn't seem too happy, he's not really letting him past. Van Osch going down the inside, cutting the circuit there, not really meant to do that. That's Milliken off in the background. Milliken span, was there contact there?
No contact, he just went a little bit too wide and clipped the grass. A tiny bit, just spun his car around, over-rotated it because of the grass.
Yeah, you're not really meant to be cutting the inside of the circuit over the white line. Even though you can drive over it, you're not really meant to. Yeah, we've seen Vanosh. He's so quick on the straight. Van der Geest tucked into the slipstream. Will he try to move down the inside? Vanosh got a lot, or Van der Geest got a better run through the last corner. Going to go down the inside. Can he make it stick? Sliding through the first corner. And he makes the move stick above Vanosh. Vanosh is very quick on the straights though, so he might be able to make the move right the way past. We have Jens Roos ahead of Bill Krukok, so I'm not sure when that move happened. Vanosh in the slipstream though, trying to go for a move on Van der Geest, trying to take that 7th position back. Vanosh gets a cut back there, they bang wheels going through the uphill right-hander. Vanosh momentarily taking the position back, but Van der Geest tucking into the slipstream once again. Going to try this move. It's a battle right in the closing stages of this race. I think Van der Geest banging wheels once again. Actually, Vanosh to span. What happened there?
Van der Geest pushed him a little bit. Didn't give him the space that Vanosh wanted, and he got into the grass, locked up his brakes, and just spun his car around. Crashed into Van der Geest by mistake.
Vanosh was on the right hand side, keeping his line, thinking about going into the inside, and Van der Geest came across onto his line. That pushed Vanosh onto the grass. And yeah,
no damages for both of the drivers, I guess.
Doesn't look like it. No, it doesn't look like it. Still, yeah, all fairly cleanly. Vanosh actually came back onto the circuit and
wait a second, Philip Mitchell is 1 second behind Dionysus Faros. What's happened?
Yeah. I'm gonna rewind and see what happened there.
Last lap, Philip Mitchell last lap was a 139.7. Dionysus Faros last lap was a 142. So that might explain it.
So, Farios might have made a mistake. Yeah, Farios did a 46-second lap and then a 42-second lap, so he's lost like 8 seconds, which is why the gap right now is 1.6 seconds.
So that third position is achievable.
Yep, easily. There's 5-6 minutes left, so about 3-4 laps left.
Yeah, the gap is just coming down and down and down every time. There were 0.8 seconds, now a half a second.
I wonder if Farios' tires have gone off,
Probably.
or if he's got a problem in his car, because
probably a flat spot or something. I think he outbraked it himself on some corner.
just watching Daniel's onboard, it seems that he's getting a little bit. Oh, he's getting quite a bit of understeer actually. But yeah, Pearson right in the back of Farios now, so third is easily achievable. Gap between Jens Roos and Bill Grukok is still at half a second. These two have been battling almost the entire race. But yeah, we haven't seen a problem with drivers trying to overtake around here, just because there aren't really many heavy traction zones. Pitchler does have the advantage of fresher tyres, not fresh at this moment in time. He's been on these tyres for about 20 minutes now. But yeah, closing up to the back of Farios. I believe it's only a matter of time before he makes this move stick. Has a look up the inside at the right-hander going up the hill. Has so much more grip than Farios at the moment. He's going to tuck into the slipstream at the moment. Don't think he's going to be close enough at the end of the straight to make the move stick, but closing. Will he make a dive down the inside? Farios goes to the inside to try and defend. At this moment in time, you can't overtake here. You need to wait till the corners of the straight. Still a battle for 5th place between Roos and Grukok though. So battle for 3rd, battle for 5th. I think it's only a matter of time before Pitchler makes this move past him. We've actually got John Van der Geest in the back of Bill Krukok now.
Oh yeah, three-way battle for 5th position.
That gap's only half a second to him and Grukok. So 3-way battle for 5th. We've got a battle between 3rd and 4th. Pitchler sitting in the slipstream, going down to turn 1, there's contact! Oh! Massive crash!
Farrell's
And they're
hard
both out.
into the corner and they're both out.
Oh
no.
I'm gonna take a... If you can look at the battle between Roos, Grukok and Vandergeest, I'm gonna take a look back at that, because that was massive.
That was oh my god. That was scary, even from my point of view here. Okay, John Van de Geest on the outside of Bill Grukok, making the move stick, outbreaking Bill Grukok now into the back of Jens Roos for the third position. John Van de Geest that started dead last in this race. He did not qualify. Now into the slipstream range of Jens Roos, closing in at 0.3 seconds, now 0.2 seconds. Is he gonna make the move? Not yet. Jens Roos a little bit too wide there. John Van de Geest with a better corner exit. On the outside, now on the slipstream. There is Bill Grukok on the inside of John Van de Geest.
Oh, the inside in Grukok's ban! Oh,
he touched John Van de Geest and just lost the control of the car.
Yep, he tried to move up the inside. I'm not sure if Van der Geest turned in or if it was too late to move. I'm gonna take a look back at the replay, see what happens. So Van der Geest got slowed up a little bit by Roos up ahead. Grukok tried a late move down the inside and racing instant, I think. Yep, racing instant.
John Van de Geest on the slipstream on Jens Roos. Jens Roos blocking up the inside. John Van de Geest on the inside now.
Oh, touching wheels! Van der Geest gonna go straight on. What happened there? Van der Geest got shoved over the curb on the inside and that almost like launched his car. Taking a look at that instant between Pitchler and Farios, Farios went on the brakes down the straight. I thought it was a lag, but Farios actually went on the brakes, which is really weird. And that caused Pitchler to go into the back of him. Pitchler got launched over the curb, went over the fence in the circuit. I think this is Mazurek coming across the line to win this race here in Austria, just over 1 hour lap, just over 1 hour race time, 34 seconds at least ahead of Roberto Bali. So Mazurek pretty much dominating the race. We did have Pitchler leading the race for a lot of it before he came in for an unscheduled pit stop or a scheduled pit stop for new tyres. Who probably should have won the race but pitted, came out. Still a battle for third still brewing between Jens Roos and John Van der Geest. There's a few corners left though, so I don't think Van der Geest has got the time and the space to make the move.
Van der Geest is not over yet.
Not over yet. Needs a good run out here, a really good run. And a good run down the straight to really make the move stick. Van der Geest pretty quick through the last corner. Gonna tuck into the slipstream. And I don't think he's going to get it, so we're going to get Jens Roos finishing third, just ahead of John Van der Geest. Van Osch, a few seconds back, finishing fifth. Shame for Grukok finishing sixth. A late mistake late in the race puts him down the order just a little bit. Eric Money finishing seventh, and our last, actually not our second last finisher, eighth. We do have Pitchler and Farios classed as 9th and 10th because they crashed fairly late in the race, and 11th last finisher as Norman Bruce. So that was an interesting race. It definitely heated up a little bit later on.
Oh yeah, interesting race to say the least. We had a lot of battles. We had Jens Roos and Bill Grukok battling to the dead end of the race. Unfortunately, Bill Grukok got into the brakes, locked up everything, and just got into the back of John Van der Geest to spun his car around. It was an awesome race by everyone, and I think that's Matheus Marçal doing burnouts there, right?
Yep, he's won the championship, ended it in style, and
he's
won
trying
the race
to
as
do
well.
burnouts.
He's struggling a little bit.
Come on, Matheus, you can do it. I know, he just gave up, yeah.
Yeah, so in the championship in style, he won it by quite a margin. I think Roberto Bali has finished second in the championship because Tony Talviti didn't turn up today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that race definitely heated up a lot in the closing stages. I'm just taking a look at the YouTube chat. We have Kyle Michael saying John Verghese didn't qualify because he got disconnected. Okay, so that's why he wasn't. That was why he was back at the field. Same with a few others. Okay. DNF series got a DNF. Yep, it wouldn't be the DNF series without DNFs, of course.
Yeah, 6 DNFs on this one.
That's
7 actually. 7.
No, more than that. 8.
It's 8. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, we had wait. Yeah, because Pitchler and Farios didn't finish, but they got classified.
We have Kyle Mikkels on the DNF, Pascal Bauer, Matty McClune, Matteo Santini, Johnny Gutierrez, and Andrew Williams, all DNF'd. And congratulations.
Which is interesting.
The race win and championship win by Michael Osterreichring. Just an awesome drive, outstanding job.
Yeah, really consistent. 40 seconds in the end ahead of Roberto Bali. Seemed to have the pace, seemed to have the consistency, and just after Pitchler pitted, he just controlled the race basically. Did have a really, really good battle between Jens Roos, Bill Krukok, and battle between Van Osch and John Van der Geest. Both actually ended kind of in tears. A lot of contact late on, but yeah, got really, really damn good towards the end of that race.
So I think that's it, right? Michael Osterreichring first place winning in the race and then championship. Congratulations.
I think the championship. I think the championship orders Mazurek, Bali, and then Talviti.
Yeah,
not
Talviti.
Sure
yes. Jens Roos. No. Yeah. Talviti third. Jens Roos got fourth.
So.
Yeah. Thank you everyone who participated in our championship. Thank you all the drivers for partaking and DNFing as well. Thank you for you guys watching and commenting on the stream. That's really important to us, and that's why we do that. We do this, you know. And
it's a lot of fun commentating these races. I think I'd actually rather commentate in it than race it, because there's just a lot of the races. They're so chaotic.
It's so chaotic and it's so entertaining. We love to do this. We absolutely love to do this.
Yeah, even though my voice is absolutely dead today, like I couldn't speak too much. But it's really, really fun to commentate on. Good racing, and pretty much most of the races. I think because they chose a lot of really chaotic, tight circuits, that added a lot to it. So, hoping for another season of this, to be honest. And it's in different cars.
And it's the DNF series, so yeah. The race series just speaks for itself.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's it. You got anything else to say, Mac?
No, I think I've said everything. Yep.
So, I see you guys on the next one. My name is Matheus. I'm a race streamer, commentator, and I was alongside Mac for this whole championship, apart from Crystal Palace that I couldn't come. So, yes, thank you for watching. Thank you for commentating. Thank you for everything. Yeah.
Yep. Thanks for watching.
Bye bye.